Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to Views from the Chixx. I am T, and I'm here with
Joey's in the house.
Hey.
Yeah,
So we are missing one from the trio, Kwana. She couldn't be here tonight because of family obligations.
Yes.
But she is here in spirit. She gave us some questions to ask. So on today's episode, we are calling it Soldier in the Field.
Hey.
Yes. Featuring, huh?
Okay.
Featuring none other than visionary SonE, by the way of Harlem. Harlem is in the house. New York City, stand up. Yay!
How you guys doing out there?
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, backed by popular demand.
Okay.
You know, one more time and I'm family.
Yeah, you family already with me,
Okay,
so we
okay,
good.
It's all good.
It's all popping up on y'all.
Yes, and we also have supporter, Chaz. She is a model. Yes, so she's here to support SonE, and she's a guest co-host with us.
Guest co-host.
And in returns, for Kwana not being here.
Okay.
So you want to say hi to the people?
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Perfect.
Yes. So we have SonE on the show today because we are gonna get into a couple of projects he's working on, musically, personally.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that and see what he's all about and what he wants to present to the amazing people out there listening.
Correct.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. But before we get started and get into SonE and the interview, we want to play a little game.
Yes. So a little background on this game at our EQ sessions, BK version, the event that we had back in January. We did do a little game with the performers that showed up for the night and performed and did an amazing job, by the way. So we had a little game at the end where they picked a random question out of the hat. And let's see what their responses are.
These questions are usually hard.
They're out of pocket.
Like,
yes, they're hard questions.
Whoa.
But I mean, it breaks the ice, call them like icebreakers.
Yeah.
You can like relax and have a good time.
All music related.
All music related questions, and so that people, potential fans and audience can kind of get to know you a little better.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Chastity
Pick
you the question. Pick a good one. Oh, I hope it's good.
For me or for him?
For him. And then we got you next.
Okay. What song was playing when you got high for the first time?
Okay, God. Well, I'm open book. In my former life.
Yes, because we reform life now.
Right.
Why you have to be that one?
I know what? Get it out the way, huh?
Yeah.
I too am human, right?
Yes.
I would say I was listening to Mary J. Blige, actually. Yeah. The Not Gonna Cry album.
Oh.
Yeah.
That album is amazing.
The bomb, right? My favorite album. I hope that's not why. I hope that's not why. Yeah, it's my favorite
listen to
album.
it now and then see if your perspective
Right.
is the same.
Yeah, it might be a different perspective then. But interesting. I think that's always an interesting question because you don't know what kind of mental space someone is in or what they're going through at the time.
You know what it was for me? I'm a singer, so I like to listen and hear the harmonies in the background and things like that, and like just song structures and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I could tell she put a lot of her heart and soul into that project.
Right. That she did.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You feel it. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
That album makes the hair on your arm stand up.
It came from the heart.
Yes, I feel like we can feel it in your whole body. Like,
right? Yeah.
It's talking to me. Why is this song talking to me? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm.
We'll have SonE pick.
SonE, you have to pick. Oh boy.
Am I answering?
Yes, you have to answer. So Chaz is next with the question.
What songs do you like to see girls twerk to?
Oh my God!
Soca. I'm West Indian.
Yeah.
Trinidad.
Hey.
So yeah, I love soca, dancehall, reggae, all that.
So, okay. Yes, I mean, Soca, right?
Masha Montana.
Hey,
high five.
She know.
What's all right. Work? Okay.
Whistle while you. Hey, see, I love that song too. I'm getting down to my Soca. So.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go get savvy. I don't like when people bring stuff up. I'm not savvy.
He's like, where's my notebook?
Right. Jot
Yeah,
it
for
down.
those of y'all who don't know, Masha Montana is from Trinidad, and
Okay.
he's a soca artist, one of the most poppin' ones. He did
Okay.
some songs with Rihanna. He's,
Okay.
you know, he's worldwide.
I mean, he's big
He
then.
started
He's
when he
big.
was really young, like not even a teenager.
Yeah,
What?
he's idolized in Trinidad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Wow. I hope he's using his platform correctly.
Yes,
Okay,
I
there we
hope
go.
he does give back a lot.
There we
so,
go.
yeah,
As he should.
as he
There we
should.
go.
So he is using his
Smart man.
platform correctly. So
All right.
that was fun. Okay,
Good little icebreaker.
yeah, we off the hook because we're not gonna answer none of that.
We answer them on the radio.
Woo, this question is crazy.
I mean, these are the ones I wanted to.
We will take those.
What?
Sorry.
That's cool.
No. Don't feel like you have to alter anything. You know what I mean? I am very human, and you
Yes.
know, I'm fresh out the mud. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I ain't been
Yeah,
clean
we
for
gonna get to that and
Right.
why that's important.
Right.
Of course.
Because I think people
Right.
should know that, especially with the musical background
Right.
that you do have,
Right.
which you will get into. And
Right.
how about we get into that right now?
Let's get into it.
Yes,
So-
let's get into it.
So we really wanted to have you on the show, and we want to talk about your musical background and your inspirations,
Okay.
and why you chose this platform as the art form in which you want to express yourself.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about you.
You know, I just love to exist, and I love to coexist. So while I'm existing and coexisting, what I'm gonna do is, you know, uplift anybody around me, including myself. My biggest, I would say my biggest mission is to leave a positive dent in this world,
Yes.
right? Because this world is plagued with depression and you know what I mean, hatred and you know, just all things that I feel are not of God. So what I want to do is add more light to the world
Yes.
by using any platform, you know what I mean, any platform that I have. Yeah.
love that.
So that's me in a nutshell.
No, that's a perfect response,
Right.
especially because you are someone who's expressed to us that you dibble and dabble in things
Right,
aside from just music.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So why not tap into other platforms
Right,
and
I'm
make
a
sure that
connoisseur.
message is
Yes,
spread?
Yeah, you're a
Because
connoisseur.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you can never put a person in a box.
I hate boxes.
Yes.
I don't even, you know,
Yeah.
I give, you know, Christmas presents straight up. I hate boxes. I hate
Yeah,
boxes.
like no wrapping, no
Yeah,
paper.
I hate
was.
boxes.
There's
I
like
do.
a saying, like, you know, there's people who color inside the lines,
Yeah.
and then there's people who color
Color
outside the line,
Mhm.
draw a picture
Right.
to add to the
Right.
image. So yeah, you have to be that. So
Outside
speaking
of
of
my
things that you dibble and dabble in, before we got started, you told me that you're a visionary.
Yes.
So what is a visionary in your definition for yourself?
A visionary to me is someone who realizes their power, and my goal is to shift the culture. You know what I mean? Shift society norms and things like that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, basically leaving an imprint and a dent in this world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so not only for myself, but for others. So my vision is not solely for me. My vision is for my peers. My vision is for generations after me. Even generations, you know, ahead of me, you know, who feel like it's too late for them to do, you know, whatever. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
that.
that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
And so, with that being said, you say you're a visionary. There's some things that you dibble and dabble in, as
Right.
you were saying before, that can kind of bring that vision to life. Such as, you know, you writing poems, you have a book coming out. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, so right now I'm looking for a publisher. The book is basically motivational quotes and, you know, poems, everything out of my mind. This is my mind displayed. So the things that I think, why keep it to myself, or things that God deposits into my mind,
Right.
why keep it to myself? So, you know, I'm always jotting things down and or writing stuff out. So initially I was thinking to just record it on a CD and put it out. But now, you know, I wanted to go further than that. I want people, you know, to be able to, and it's not so much about people being able to purchase it as as it is people having a physical copy in their hands.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, basically, can I give you a snippet of it?
Of course.
Yeah.
I said I'm actually doing this Sunday too. It's called Freedom of the Mind. Right? Freedom of the mind. Recognize your freedom. Do not fall subject to the fallacies and the idioms that will seek to destroy your self-esteem. Recognize your power and stand. Stand underneath the weight of oppression. Recognize your wisdom. Plagued by forced adaptation but built to survive. Recognize your freedom. Freedom of the mind.
Yes. Snap.
That's a little snippet.
Oh my God, I love it.
Even with that little snippet, you feel the impact alone.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can only imagine what it's gonna play out as in a full body of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I wouldn't downplay you not putting that on a recording, because you know you can get a Grammy for recording.
Yeah.
You learned that.
Yeah, audio of your book can win you a Grammy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that gets nominated
wow.
for. Obama won a Grammy for his book that he
Wow.
wrote, because his
Did
audio.
an audiobook.
Yeah, audiobooks get
Wow.
Grammys too. So there's different ways to
Well, see, I
build
believe.
that. You
I
know,
believe.
yeah. So
One
I'm
of my
not
friends
just.
won a Grammy last year.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's
I believe.
amazing.
Yeah.
So it's stepping stones to
Yeah.
get there.
So I believe.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
yeah.
Is your book something that you probably pull from lyrically when it comes to writing your music, or something that you might turn into music? Like, you know what I mean?
There is so much going on inside of my head. There's so much going on inside of my head. I have a whole lot of content. So things that I write down specifically for the book, or things that I poetry or things like that, I try to let it stand in its own.
Right.
Maybe it may be the same concept. Positivity is my
Of
concept.
course,
Love
of
is my concept. Positivity is my concept. So it'll be like the same cornerstone. But as far as like actual content, like lyrics, I never borrow lyrics. And then I'm a lyricist, so I never borrow lyrics.
You want to keep innovating.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I never understood how somebody you recorded that and put that out to us already. Why would you take the same
And
words
put it out again.
and
Yeah.
put it out again to a different? I never understood that.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
never
what I'm
understand that either.
Yeah, that's not.
People
what
are
I'm
not
about.
that stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Right.
I'd be straight up.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's
like,
true.
yeah. Fool
Right.
me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Right.
No, that's a quote. My
That
voice.
made it-
Always.
J. Cole, huh? I was thinking J. Cole, huh?
Yeah,
Always.
I'm like a walking
Right.
J. Cole.
Right.
Yeah. Lyricist.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I gotta. Anyway, back to the topic.
Okay. You should email him. Email him. Shoot your shot. This the year. Shoot your shot.
What? 2018? What? J. Cole?
Well,
Hey, J. Cole, if you out there, man, listen,
Stop
man.
it.
Views from the Chixx, T. Views from the Chixx, man.
Okay.
If you out there.
Gal T.
Stop it.
There we go.
Anyway,
But
anyway,
talking about music, you mentioned that you're working on, or have worked on, your new EP that's coming out, The Flesh EP, right?
Yes, and I love the title, The Flesh.
So speak on the meaning
Oh
of the
my
title
gosh.
So,
and what you're planning for this.
The meaning of the title, what I get a lot sometimes, and it kind of angers me, like people speaking to me, like, mind you, in 2015, the beginning half of 2015, I was a completely different person. I mean, like selling hard drugs and you know what I mean, and into things that I should not have been into. Right? That's 2015. So that's
that was just
you
a
know,
couple years ago.
yeah.
That was three years ago.
Yeah, freshly 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
2008, beginning of 2018. So,
Wow.
So what I get a lot is, people telling me, you, and I hate to, I hate to utter this, but it's, how perfect you are, and you and you such an angel, and this and that, and it's like people fail to realize that I go through some of the same battles that any human goes through. You know what I mean? So it's like though I'm tapping more into my spiritual side, I still am very much so in flesh.
Yes.
Understand what I'm saying? So these are like some of the battles that I go through, in song form, and rap form.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
they say, every saint has a past and
Right.
every sinner has a future. So
Right.
so there's always
Right.
room for
Right.
improvement. I feel like we're constantly, improving ourselves.
Right.
No one can ever stand still in the position they're
Mhm.
at, because then if you're so comfortable, you can't move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have to go through things so that you can
Mhm.
be a testimony, like I was saying before.
Mhm.
You can be your story. your testimony can inspire other people.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of your testimony and how you can inspire people, can you tell us a little bit about what happened in 2015 to lead you to this place that you are now?
Yeah, so this was like a low point in my life. I felt isolated from the world. Like, you know, like I was in spaces and it's so little to some people, but it makes me understand, having gone through it, it makes me understand, you know, what other people may be going through. So I'm in spaces not being acknowledged by people, you know what I mean? Just somebody just not. That's why I make sure the lady walked in. I made sure I acknowledged her. How you doing, Queen? I make sure I acknowledge everybody, just so you can know that you are here. But I was in spaces not being acknowledged. Just, you know what I mean? I was at a real low point in my life. I was such a good kid growing up. So I'm wondering, like, how did I get here? I'm selling drugs in the street, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting and you know what I mean? And in all kind of crazy things. I don't want to, you know, incriminate myself, but I was in the, you know what I mean?
You don't have to go there.
Listen,
we get it.
that was me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was literally like a product of my environment by not being strong-minded enough. You know what I mean? So I happened to slip into slipping into you know, a crazy lifestyle. It also took me into Great Depression. So I'm walking around just looking for anything. You know, I want to get into everything. You know what I mean? I was in a real dark space. So
going back to what you're saying about mind.
Right, right. So I get into a scuffle with the police because I felt like, you know, they were staring at me and disrespecting me. You know what I mean? So I get into a scuffle with the police, and of course, you know, it's the police in Times Square. So, you know, it started off with 2 police, and then it was 8 police, then it was like at least like 15 police officers, you know, and they had me handcuffed and maced, right? So yeah, so I'm handcuffed. So if anybody who knows me, like, I have bad acne at times. Well, I used to have bad acne at times. So, you know, people touching my face was like a no-no, right? They had my face all on the floor in the train station.
In the train station, the nastiest place.
Woo! I'm breaking out hives thinking about it.
Me too.
Right, knees all in my back, you know, and I'm maced while all this is going on. I'm handcuffed, and at that point, I said, and to my mind, I said, this can't be real. This cannot be life. So I was making a decision to just end it right there. You know what I mean? So what I did was put all of my weight onto the handcuffs and held my breath, and literally I held my breath for like, I couldn't even tell you. I held my breath until I held my breath for a long time, maybe 4, 5, 6 minutes, maybe. Like it was a really long time, right? So I could remember, I could hear everything that was going on. I could hear everything, but for some reason, I couldn't open up my eyes. Like even when I tried to, it's like my eyes were like glued shut almost, right? And I could hear everything, like I said. So I remember them saying, "Oh, get the bag," right? So, and I can remember hearing the body bag get zipped up. Yeah, and I can remember being carried out. It was like I was getting carried out, and then I felt like I was floating. You know what I mean? Like I got handed over. Yeah, I feel like I got handed over, and then it's like I got handed back down. Like I'm feeling myself floating, and then floating back. Like I got handed back down, and then I hear the nurse said, "Oh, he's still alive, right?" And when they unzipped me, I was on the it was like a cold metal table that they had me on. Yeah, and they unzipped me out of it, and you know, basically was asking me, "Am I okay? Is everything all right with you?" And she mentioned to one of the EMTs, "Why would y'all put him in a body bag?" And his response was like, well, like, you know, we thought he was dead.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So while I was on there, and I don't know who this nurse is, but God bless you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, if she's listening.
Yeah, if you listen to anything, God bless you. I
Yes.
appreciate you. So she's saying, "Is everything okay with you? Is your body okay? How you feeling? Does anything hurt?" I said, "My soul," and I just started
Oh
crying.
my gosh.
I started bawling, crying.
I'm gonna start
I
crying.
know that you said Jesus. I said I was gonna cry today, didn't I? I said it. I said it.
Yeah, I said my soul.
Woo!
And I was just letting her know, tell God I'm sorry. And what she said to me stuck with me. I will never forget it for the rest of my life. She said, "He can hear you." And I just started talking to God and just pleading my case. I apologize if you give me another chance, I'll do everything. You know, I'll take you serious. I'll do everything in my power to live a better life and give back. You know, I just started pleading my case, and you know, by the graces of God, you know, I've been actively in pursuit of what I promised him, so you know, he can give me what he promised me.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was so crazy. Is that was like, you know how they say, you know, it gets rough if you're trying to break away from the devil, it gets rough. That was like a week later, I ended up getting baptized.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got baptized on December 27th, like the last Sunday in the year,
Wow.
2015, December 27th. Yep.
That's amazing.
A week later. Yep.
Wow. See.
So it could have all been done for
I'm
me.
telling
2015 could have been my
That
last
could've been it.
year, and that's another reason why I'm very mindful not to let, you know, things that go on, you know, affect me too much, because it's like every day above ground is a blessing.
Right.
And you really put that in perspective when
Say that one more time.
every day above ground is a
blessing.
blessing. So you cannot
Amen.
stress over the minor things,
No, you cannot.
because 2015 could have been on that day could have been my last day. My mother would have never known. And still, till now, I still never, you know, really explain in detail what happened to my mother, because I know, you know, she can't fathom that. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, her child was almost gone. She couldn't fathom that.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So praise God.
Yeah, God definitely had a different plan.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He was not gonna let you go out like that. He had you.
So now, y'all say the 50 Cent verse, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's clear that I'm here for a real reason, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
And going through that is definitely inspiring. You say that you have this like commitment with God and a promise.
right.
So does this promise has anything to do with your music and what you're putting out there for the people to hear?
Right. Well, what God's promise to me or my promise to God?
Your promise to God.
My promise to God was just to do any and everything in my power possible to make sure that, one, people were knowledgeable of you, because there are a lot of fallacies out there
Yes.
about God. You know what I mean? Like, I was listening to this church argue last night about the youth wearing sneakers to the church, and I'm like, what?
I wore jeans up at my church one time, and that was a big thing. Like
What?
jeans in the pulpit, in the choir. You better not ever.
What?
The church
in the church.
Oh my God.
What? No, Pastor may be watching, so don't go too hard. Don't go to some of the members may be watching. Don't go too hard.
We wore jeans, and a member told me specifically, you better not ever wear no jeans up in the pulpit singing in church.
Fallacy.
Just like that.
Fallacy, and I break the word down. You hear me? I'm in the word,
Right, yes.
I could break it down.
Yes.
And definitely God speaks about that. If you show favoritism to a church member based off of the clothes that they wear.
But lots of churches do that. Some
And
churches
which is,
do.
Yeah,
you know,
they're trying to have
beyond
an
me.
image, but you shouldn't have
Which
an
is
image
beyond
for
me.
God.
How is that
come as you are.
How is
Yeah,
that come as you are if you have to wear? Who am I? Listen, my ministry. Well, not my ministry. My ministry is global, but you know how Pastor Mike says you can't change the world if you can't even change your corner.
Right.
So you know my corner is the G's.
Right.
People I used to sell drugs with, and people you know what I mean. People I used to rub elbows with. I'm not gonna go to them and tell them, yeah, come to my church, but you can't wear sneakers.
Right.
You gotta buy shoes to come to church.
No, you can't.
They don't even go to clubs because you have to wear shoes.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm gonna tell them to come to church
Yeah.
and you have to wear shoes. Get out of here.
It shouldn't matter.
You know what I
It
mean?
shouldn't matter. You're there to receive the word.
You know what I mean?
You're not there for
It's not.
fashion.
It say that.
And a lot of people, you know, I mean, we'll get into that too later on as well, but a lot of people go to church for the fashion or for the style or just to say, you know, I go, but they're not really active participants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with going in your Sunday best.
You know,
if that's,
you know,
if that's
nothing
the
wrong with
feeling,
that. You know
if
what I
that's
mean?
the feeling.
But I'm saying, like, some people,
We
they
are art
don't
anyway.
understand the real, they're motivated by the wrong things.
Yes.
But that's the short way of putting it.
Yeah. Because for them, it's a fashion show.
For them, it's a fashion show.
Right,
They're
right,
going to see who they're going to meet.
They're not dressing up for God. They're dressing up for
For Bob over there.
Right, for Bob. Come on,
Yeah, for Bob. But Bob not checking for you.
Right.
Wow, that's an amazing story.
Well, first of all, thank you for sharing that with
Yes,
us.
I know.
Because I love the transparency, and it definitely
That's
gives
my duty.
everyone a background story to your music and
Yeah.
everything that you stand for. So thank you for doing that, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
So in regards to the project, when are you looking to drop it, or what's the status right now?
See, Me, I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like that, so.
Right?
Again.
It is not to the quality of my satisfaction, so it will be on halt until I feel like this is it.
But
Because
it's a process.
I honestly, because I know what this one is gonna do. Oh, if y'all could hear some of this mute. You know, if y'all could hear what I've been blessed.